everybody, welcome back to Two Tall Stitchers. I'm Jennifer and this is my mom Carol, and we're glad that you're with us today. Welcome if it's your first time watching us, and welcome back if you've been here for an episode before, or like one of the very loyal ones, you've been here since the very beginning. We're so glad to spend some time with you. It is Sunday afternoon. Most of you probably know that we normally film on Saturdays. But we had some fun yesterday in Persnickety, the cross stitch shop, and then we had family in town, and so we just had lunch with them and sent them on their way, and then came and created a huge pile of stuff on the table to show you all. So hopefully we'll get this up this evening, and you'll have something to occupy you late on Sunday night. So. Or
before work on Monday.
Yeah.
And this is Flosstube number 25.
That's exciting.
We can't believe it. It's amazing. It's been so, wow. I don't know where the time has gone. It's just interesting. It's
gone quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
So we'll start with a couple of hellos. We've run into several people. I worked in the shop the Friday after 4th of July.
Yeah.
And you work there every Friday. And then we both worked for a little while yesterday. And in the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of people.
Yes.
Let's say hi to some of the people that we've met.
Yep. Elaine came in. She's from Idaho. So that was quite a drive.
Yeah.
I'm glad she just came to really see us. But hi, Elaine. It was great to meet you.
Yes.
And then Brandy came in yesterday. And she was surprised to find both of us in the store. Yeah. So that was a treat for her. It's
always funny when somebody walks in and was like, oh, you're Two Tall Stitchers.
And then Liz came in, and Kathy came in, and Rayanne, who found out that we're not the same age, are we, Rayanne? and then Beth, who we stitch with, and she goes to the retreat and stuff. She came in. We had her picture up the last time, her needlepoint, and she is almost finished with it. So be sure and look on Instagram, and you'll see it.
Facebook. On the Persnickety
page, yes, on Facebook.
Page,
yeah, she's doing a beautiful job, and I really like it, and it's even got purple in it. So, and then Patty, we met down at Fancy Works, and we said hi to her. We were down there last weekend for a stitch-in. Once a month, the Who's Your Stitchers. It's an online group of ladies from Indiana and some few outliers.
But mostly Indiana are very close to it.
And we meet once a month down there to stitch. And so we never leave empty-handed, but we do get to meet a lot of nice people and see old friends and stuff. So it was great.
Yes.
And
so hi to all of you.
Yes. It was
Why don't we jump
everybody.
into the quilt of the day?
Okay.
I had a couple other things, but I'll get back to that. We'll talk about this.
Okay. The quilt of the day. This is a split 9 patch, I believe. And I did not make this. My sister passed away from ALS about 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah. And Mary and I were talking, it might be 8. But my nieces were up this weekend because my great nephew was playing in a baseball game. And so we got to see them and everything. And they just left. And I thought I would show this because it was made by my bee. And they all got together and they made this. And they told me that they had to buy 2-layer cakes so that they didn't put any purple in it.
If it's your first time here, she doesn't like purple. I do. If it's not your first time here, you've seen this over the last few episodes.
And so they made this quilt for me, and everybody signed the blocks.
Yeah.
And I just love it. It was so kind and so
I was
thoughtful.
in the bee at the time too, and they didn't tell me they were doing it.
Yeah.
And then one of them said, "You'll get a quilt when your mom dies." I was like, okay. But no, it's a really nice. Comfort quilts are just a really nice thing. I've made a couple of them for people. I've made some t-shirt quilts that are comfort quilts, and I think you've made a few, and it's just nice. Yeah. It's a way to send somebody a hug when you can't be with them.
Yeah.
So
it's my bee is close, and we've been together for quite a while, and it's so nice to get something like that. It was a total surprise.
And I'm looking at it. This is actually a split 4 patch.
Oh, 4 patch? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that pattern you can find online. You just search for split 4 patch. I think Missouri Star Quilt Company was one of the early videos on it, but I'm sure you can just Google split 4 patch and you'll find videos, you'll find written instructions, all kinds of stuff. It's a fun pattern to make. It's probably
a free pattern. I don't think it's...
I think so too.
I don't think it's a...
I'm sure you can find a video.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So that's our quilt of the day.
Yes.
And I love it. Yes. I love it. And thank you to my bee, those of you who watch.
Yeah.
Not many, but...
Yeah. And then I wanted to mention a couple of Flosstube related things before we get into our life updates and all that's coming behind that. Wanted to let you all know, if you don't watch Cornhusker State Stitchers, Terry and Jamie are another mother-daughter Flosstube team, and they live in Nebraska. And they are starting a Primrose Cottage stitch along for one of their Halloween pieces on August 1st. So if you, like us, like the Primrose Cottage stuff, you might go take a look. They've taken one of the Halloween ones and broken it into, I think, six segments, and they're going to do a segment a week for 6 weeks. Yeah. So we were actually discussing yesterday whether we're going to jump into that pool. But even if we don't, we're going to enjoy watching everybody else.
But it's known as falling down another rabbit hole. So,
yeah.
And chances are we will slip down there very easily.
At some point, yeah. So if you want to know more about that, go over and visit Terry and Jamie. I think on their last video, unless they've put one up in the last 24 hours, they talk about it. And then the other one I wanted to recommend is Corinne. And I noticed she was a new subscriber to our channel, and I went over and found her channel, and she Flosstubes at Cory Creates, Cory Creates, and Corinne is from St. Louis. She has a daughter who's about the same age as my daughter and a son who's a little younger than mine. And both of her kids have made appearances. That makes me kind of smile and laugh. But she does stitching and quilting, and I've seen some Lizzie Kate, some Hayes, all kinds of stuff. And I just enjoy watching her videos. I think she's got maybe 4 out right now. So go over and give Cory a hello and watch her channel. Yeah. All right. Any life updates before we jump into stitching stuff?
No, I'm just, still going on.
Yeah.
Going on.
Well, we already mentioned I worked in the shop. I had a week off the week after 4th of July, so it was nice to have some time off. I used it wisely. You'll see some of the stuff that I did. Yeah. And I got a chance to work in the shop with you for a day. And then yesterday I came in because you were running the shop. Yeah. And we went down to Fancy Works last week. If you're ever going through Bloomington, Indiana, or somebody who's going to IU and you need to hand deliver a care package, make sure to stop by Fancy Works on your way down there.
It's a great shop.
Great shop. Yeah.
Diana's so friendly and so helpful.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Well, why don't we jump in? We told you last time we would bring some of our old stuff. Yeah. I was digging through a box this morning, or a tote with old t-shirts.
Oh, wow.
To find the first one I'm going to share. And I found all these old t-shirts that I love. I thought, I might have to pull some of those out and start wearing them again. I don't know why I put them away, but they're from like high school and college. And for whatever reason, they went down to the basement. But so I'll start, and I think we both have a couple things. So the first one I have is this lovely t-shirt. So back in the day when we did a lot of
is that Alma Lynn?
Waste canvas. Yeah. This is a peach t-shirt, peach colored. It's a little faded now.
I was gonna say not real peachy.
I laugh. It's extra large. It was in my days that everything I was wearing was oversized. And this looks to me like an Alma Lynn. I bet it was in a booklet or something. Yeah. The little bunny with the bear. So I don't think I'll ever wear this as a t-shirt again, but maybe I'll pull it apart and make it into a pillow that could sit out at
that would work
at Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the first oldie, and all of these oldies we're going to show you. We don't know pattern information. We don't have patterns. This is probably from the late 80s. All of mine, in fact, are from late 80s, very early 90s. Yeah.
That's the best.
But we're just showing them to show you some of the old stuff. Yeah. All right, you go next.
Okay. This one, the frame looks like it's been in a war. I didn't realize it. And my friend Pam said, you need to paint that. And I agree with her. Yeah. And I don't think I dated this. It's not dated on the back. Date. But this is the 2 special gifts. And this I did a long time ago. And that hangs in my breakfast room. Let's see. Can we get it without this? No, you got too many windows.
Lean it down. Usually.
Something like that, yeah. So I did that a long time ago, and I still love it. I think it really was neat. And then to find a round frame it could fit in was unbelievable. Yeah. I was really pleased with that. Yeah. Really pleased with that.
You could paint it blue, and it would pick up the bluebirds.
Yeah, okay. That would Pam was thinking pretty. Black or white, but I think the blue would be pretty.
Yeah. So there's your first oldie.
My first oldie.
All right, and then the next one, I think this is the first thing I stitched and gifted to someone else, and you'll see who I made it for. So this was probably 80s, maybe mid 80s. This was one of my early projects on some nice kind of oatmeal-y Ada. I love Grandma, and you helped me make it into a pillow. And as I pulled it out this morning, I noticed at some point the pillow had ripped. And Grandma fixed it. There's her little tiny stitches in there. So it's my mom's mom. And she had this in her apartment. She always had it out somewhere. And when she passed away and we were going through her stuff, you gave it to me to take back.
Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely.
And we got some really good 80s fabric on there. Some back stitching around everything. I think even the heart has back stitching around it. So... yes, that was one of my very early pieces. And this is one, again, I didn't sign or date it. I really wish I had to know when I did this. But I'm going to guess this was like 85, 86.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Before you were out of high school, for sure.
Yeah. And the funny thing, I mean, I look at it now. She never had long hair.
No.
Her hair was not brown.
Yes,
now, well, for a while
it was brown until
brownish.
it turned gray.
I remember her with gray hair, though.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't make any adjustments to that at the time. All right, next.
Okay, and then this one is, this is a mother holds her children's hands for a while, but her heart's forever. And actually, this one is dated. If you want to turn it around, there's a date on it.
1986.
So it's 36 years old. Holy crap. So that also hangs in my breakfast room. Yeah. The other one hangs in my kitchen. They're right next to each other. But yeah, I love that one.
Ooh, they can almost see all the junk on the table in the reflection.
Ooh. Don't look at the reflection. Okay.
Yeah. And then the next one, I showed you guys this when we did our fall parade. But this is my Halloween sweatshirt. And this was from, we think, a Leisure Arts booklet. And last time we showed it, we looked to see if you still had it, but we couldn't find it. But yeah, these are all the bears dressed up for Halloween, and I wear this every year.
And I stitched it.
As I hand out candy. Yes. And it's just on a gray sweatshirt.
Yeah. And sometimes it's appropriate. In Houston, it was really hard to wear it at Halloween, because usually it was like 90. Yeah. But up here, most times it's fairly cool, so it's nice to wear. Nice to wear. Okay,
your next
this one, and I still have the pattern, I think. This is from 1993, and it should stay on there. Somebody didn't do a good job sticking it on. Okay. And this is it's a seasonal house, and the little, it has all kinds of decorations. I didn't pull them out, but this is a little flag. I have a pumpkin. I have a Happy New Year. I have, I don't know, I've done several.
For Christmas?
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah,
I think you have a happy birthday.
Yeah, I have a happy birthday. And it's just a little Velcro dot on the back. And then there's the Velcro piece here. And so you just switch them out like that. So the princess is in charge of changing all my seasonal things. So yeah.
Really pretty stitching.
Yeah, that was.
And again, this was on Ada, right? Yeah,
I think so.
That tan Ada back in the day.
Yeah.
Really pretty. Yeah, this hangs in the family room. It always has.
Yep, over the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. That was a lot of fun to do. And I really enjoyed it.
You still do have the pattern, because there's more.
There's more decorations to finish, yeah.
And then this is the one that inspired it all. This is my towel.
Oh, yeah.
Again, done on waste canvas. I'm surprised I'm still stitching, because of all these things that I did on waste canvas at the very beginning. If you've never done it, I don't recommend it. It's a real pain. And I don't recommend stitching through terry cloth, because your needle gets stuck about every second stitch. So I did this. This was a Leisure Arts booklet, I think.
Yeah. You were in high school.
The magazine. I was in high school. So this was stitched probably from like 1989 to 91, this took a long time.
Yeah.
I remember I'd stitch on it for a while, and then I put it away and I'd pull it back out. And this is the one, I think we told this story last time, that I went to the beach with my boyfriend, and we were going to walk down the beach, and I was like, well, what are we going to do with our stuff? And he's like, there's nothing there of value, just our flip-flops and a couple towels. I was like, nobody. That towel is worth a lot. And so I don't know. I think we put it back in the car. I don't even remember.
I don't know what you
but
did.
I'm pretty sure I had a boombox that actually looked like that when I was that age. Yeah, that colorful boombox.
So that's her towel.
So that's the towel.
That was a huge project.
Huge
when she finished it,
project.
I said, do I need to get a spotlight and we'll hang it up on the living room wall and it'll have a spotlight on it? And she said, yes. I was joking. She wasn't.
Yeah, and everybody in my house knows you can take any towel, but you can't take this one. They're not allowed to use it.
Yeah.
So, yes. Yeah, so that's our old stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fun.
Yes.
All right.
Memories.
Yes. Good times in the 80s and 90s
Yep.
stitching. And I haven't done waist canvas since, and I don't ever plan to do it again. I still have some books, though, that are meant to be done with waist canvas, but I'm like, yeah, I could just stitch those on regular fabric. So, okay, well, let's go into some questions from the last episode. So we'll start with our question we asked for you, which is, what do you do while you're stitching or quilting or crafting? I really shouldn't be shocked by the answer. Far and above, number one was watching us. I mean, some of you said you watch other Flosstubes or other YouTubes, but we know why you're really here. So 65 of you said that's what you primarily do while you're stitching, is watching YouTube or Flosstube. And I'll do a little graph like I always do. In addition to that, we had 43 who watched TV and 3 of you who watch sports. I think 2 of those 3 were tennis.
Yeah.
So you would make number 4.
Yep.
And on this one, if somebody said I do this or I do that, I counted them both. So our numbers add up higher. And then next we had people who listened to something. So we had 10 people who listened to music while they stitch. And we had 20 people who either listened to books or podcasts. And I thought, just side note, to me, a podcast is audio only.
Yeah.
But several people commented they think of this as a podcast.
Oh, interesting.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So when I think of podcasts, I listen to those in my car when I drive. But some people think of them as something like this. So, yeah. We had 6 who said they sit with someone else and stitch. Sometimes it's somebody else who lives in their house. A couple of them said they stitch with friends over Zoom. We had 5 who said they kind of sit quietly, usually by themselves or outside. Somebody said they sit on their porch every morning and stitch. And I was like,
nice.
oh, that would be nice. You must live in some weather environment where it's conducive to that most of the year, somewhere dry. And then we had 4 people who said they always have stitching in their car and they often stitch in the car. And 2 people who said they stitch while waiting in doctor's offices, waiting for kids, things like that, which is a good idea to always have something that you carry with you that you can work on.
Yeah.
I think just a couple things. There weren't tons of commonalities, but several people commented who watch TV or movies, like there's only certain things they'll watch while they're stitching because they don't have to pay attention as much. So somebody who's like, there's like Hallmark movies they'll watch because they kind of know the way it's going to go. If you miss something, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Other people said, I'll only watch things I've watched before, or there are certain movies I'll stitch through, but I thought that was funny. And then I thought I would mention Mary left a comment in our last episode, and she lives in DeKalb, Illinois, and she is looking for other people to meet and stitch with. So if you live anywhere near DeKalb and you would like to meet Mary, please go back to our last episode, number 24, and find her comment. Actually, I'll pin it so it'll be up at the top, and let Mary know that you're willing to meet her and stitch with her, because that would be great if we found that.
It'd be fun.
That somebody met each other from our Flosstube.
And there are suggestions. You don't necessarily have to meet at somebody's house. Some people meet at Starbucks, Panera. They meet at, I know my stitch group meets at the bank. The Old National Bank has free meeting rooms. The library, there's sometimes somebody lives in a subdivision or an apartment where they have a meeting room that you can use for free. Yeah. So, anything like that.
And if you happen to have a cross-stitch shop nearby, they might let you meet there too.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. So that was fun. So now we'll go into the other questions. Okay, Deborah, Karate Like Rowdy asked, who do you like at Wimbledon? So I know we're done with Wimbledon now and we know who won, but who were you going for?
This year I was hoping for Alcaraz. I thought he was doing really, really well. And probably second would be Nadal. I think he's really good. And I I've never seen him really lose his temper or carry on like some of them do. One of them I don't like is from Australia, and I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want to get people all upset, but he's a jerk. So anyway.
But by no means are all Australians jerks.
No, not at all. Not at
We
all.
have plenty of Americans who are jerks
We have
too.
we have American jerk players too, but this one just is nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. So
All right, and then Judith asked on my Girl Scout trip how many scouts went. We had 6 that went last time. It was a great size group, and you can see the pictures at the end of the last episode if you missed that. Barbara asked about what size is a travel pillow and where do you find one. So I will say you can find them at Joann's, probably Hobby Lobby. They're just a smaller size. I think they're like
I'm going to say maybe
12 by 16,
6 by 12 or
8
12
by
by
12,
16, something like that. They're not huge. You know, they're not big pillows.
And if you again just Google how to make a fabric pillowcase, they'll can give you insert sizes. How to make a fabric pillowcase for a travel pillow, and it'll come right up. It's the exact same idea as a full pillowcase, but just smaller measurements. Yeah. So that's where you can find that. So Chris asked on your piece that's here, she thought the reindeer was Donner with 2 N's, and yours says
I looked it up,
ND.
and it's both. It can be either one. So Donder was the choice of the designer. And so that's what I went with. But yeah, it's interesting. When she pointed that out, I was like, oh, you're right. They do say Donner and Blitzen. But I checked it. I did Google it. And it came up. It said there is Donner and Donder. So either one. So I'm sticking with Donder.
Yeah.
Because it's already stitched.
And it's a shop model. So you want it to
and it has to be
like
accurate. It has to be like the pattern. And it's already stitched.
Yeah.
And I've taken enough out on that I'm not taking any more. It's not finished, but you'll see.
Okay. And then I want to say thank you to Rebecca. Rebecca was like investigative reporter during our last episode, and we kept saying things like, I don't know where you can find this, or I don't know what it's called. So again, I'll go back and I'll find her comment and pin it because she found all the things we said we don't know where to find. So number 1, thank you, Rebecca. We appreciate it. And the one thing she commented on, the little Bent Creek Patriotic cracker that I showed, the little pillow, she found the kit at Stitch and Frame. Is that the one in
Fort Wayne?
In Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah. So I'm sure you can find their website and call them. But again, I'll pin her comment on the last episode so that you guys can see the other stuff she found and you can go buy something fun. And then also Judy from JBW commented, you always kind of feel like a superstar when one of the designers comments. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she watched us. But Judy commented, and so thank you, Judy. We appreciate it. And
she commented on my great pumpkin alphabet.
Yeah, and she said that they're not shipping out anymore, but she still has a few of those kits. So patterns. She said kits.
Oh, did she? Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's just I think it was.
I think it's just a pattern.
Just a pattern in that
It's just
role.
a pattern.
So she said they're not openly available, but if you go to her website and contact her via the email on her website, that she can make arrangements with you for that was for the long pumpkin
the brown
alphabet that we showed last time. Yeah.
That I love.
Yeah.
That I love. Yeah.
All right. And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
From questions.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to go into whips
and
new starts?
Yeah.
All right.
Do whips first or new starts first?
Whatever you want. I don't have any new starts.
Okay.
I just have whips. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have everything stuck together.
Oh, the needle minders.
The needle minders are just going nuts here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. This will be a shop model. This is by Homespun Elegance, and it's called This Land of Ours. And I started it yesterday at the shop. And it's interesting because you can either use fancy floss like Weeks Dye Works or one of those, or they also suggested using 2 strands of DMC, 2 different colors, and putting them together. So Vicki and I talked about it and decided I would do that to show people that you can still do neat stuff with DMC.
Still get variegation.
Yeah, you can get the variegation. So that's the middle, and then I started the word cherish, and I got that. I didn't get the T done. Yeah. So pull it up a little bit. And you can see definitely the middle is 2 contrasts. The letters are very close. It's like 663 and 662 or something. So they're right next to each other. But the other 2 are 2 distinct different
reds.
No, one's a, hang on. I
Oh,
think I have it
okay.
here. I can just pull it out quickly and show you.
All right, in the meantime, while she's doing that, this looks like an even weave, maybe a 28 or 32 count even weave. Her needle minder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. We love koalas.
Okay, I
All
pulled that
right.
out of the back. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's a 28 count Joblin lamb's wool.
28 count Joe.
And then these are the two that go together. It's, the number is 3857
and 356.
and 356. So there's the two of them together. So you can see that they're two, you know,
quite different colors.
very different colors.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's working out really
Great.
well, and I'm enjoying that.
Nice.
So
that was your new start.
That's
this
my
week.
new start. Yeah,
Yes.
I just wanted to do something new because I've been working on the same stuff. It seems like forever. Okay, and then the other thing I'm working on is the Reindeer Games by Erica Michaels, and I didn't take it out of the package, but you.
That's okay. It's good
And
there.
so I'm really getting close to a finish. I just have to do a few more leaves up here, 2 reindeer and a snowflake, and then 1 more reindeer and a few more snowflakes, and then the Smyrna crosses
And you have
here
to finish
and here.
Santa.
And I have to finish
Yeah.
Santa, yeah.
Hold
And
on.
then it'll be done.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm getting really close, and so I think it's going to be cute.
And that's on 20 count Vintage Country Mocha Ada.
Yes,
Yes.
I believe so.
I remember. I cut it.
Oh,
for
she
you.
cut it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what Jennifer says, so that's what it has to be.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
With all the called for. Is that Fancy Floss or DMC?
DMC. No, Fancy Floss. Fancy Floss.
Okay.
Weeks.
Good.
Okay. So do you have any?
I have lots of whips.
Okay.
Because I've been continuing for Stitch Mania. I did a 3-day rotation. I found I really liked it, so I've been continuing on. So the first one I've just gotten 1 day on because it started today, and it's Country Cottage Needleworks. Love Lives Here, and I am stitching this one as a shop model for Persnickety, and it is on 32 count cream Belfast linen. And last time you saw this, I had it in Q snaps, and this morning I changed it over to my scroll rods. And I really like stitching on scroll rods
I do
so
too.
much better
Yep.
because then I can two-handed stitch.
Yeah.
So that's where it is.
And you're using Fancy Floss on it.
I'm using the called for Classic Colorworks threads, and I stitched all that grass this morning, and then I came down here a little more with these pink border pieces. So hopefully I'll make some good progress on that this week. I definitely won't finish it in the next couple days, but I'll keep plugging along. So that is Love Lives Here. The next one, I'm not going to show you. Well, I'll show you a little tiny.
Oh, do I not look?
No, you can look.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm stitching something for an exchange, so that's all you get to see. And this is on 32 count parchment, which also was part of my haul. I got a fat 1/8 of this lovely linen. And so I started that, and that needs to be done in the next few weeks. So that's something I'm stitching with all DMC.
Oh, I bet it's for our small exchange at
You'll
retreat.
see it next when it's all done.
Yeah.
And then my next whip was Goody Grimwood. And I am stitching Goody. I can't find the picture. There it is. Goody Grimwood, which is a Plum Street Samplers pattern. And I am stitching her on the called for 40 count Stars Hollow. And where I finished is kind of funny. This stopped in that row across the house. So this time I added the whole tail to the bird, and I filled in all the gray in between the tiles here. And then I started to build this tower, house, whatever it's going to be. And you can see that's where I ran out of thread on my last night. So that's where I stopped. And I added a little bit more, I think, to this row too. So I officially finished page 1 and page 1, let me think about, I think I finished 2 pages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 1 and 2, and then it goes 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So it's a decent sized piece, but
Yeah.
I'm using the called for colors, which are Weeks and DMC. So I'm happy with how that one is coming along. I don't know if that will be a Halloweenish finish or not. Probably not this year. There's a lot of stitching left on that one.
Mm-hmm. And Halloween will be here before you know it, since it's already the middle of July. I don't know where January, February, March, April, May, and June went, but wow.
And then my next whip is Weekend in Paris by Dimensions Gold Collection Petites. And this one is a full coverage piece. It's not a big piece, but it's full coverage, which I'm finding kind of tedious. It's also on...
It's on Ada.
Ada, yeah. 18 count ivory Ada, which I think I would much rather be on an even weave or a linen. Yeah. So this one, my goal was to get the words in, and so I really have everything done to just about the bottom of the A. And then at the very end, I had to start putting in some of the red because I worked like with all tan colors for 3 days. And on the last day, I was like, I need some color. So I started that red. And then I thought I'm probably going to feel the same way because it's like this whole side is the red and the gal in the dress. Yeah. The dress will be fun to stitch, but yeah, so still a long way to go on this one. Yeah. But I like it. I don't know that I love it, but I'll keep working on it. It'll get a little love here and there. You probably won't see that one every time. I'm going to stop making that pile over there.
Yeah, it's going to fall over.
It's going to fall. Yeah. And then the next one is my Melhel Dahlia. Well, I just did 3 days on each one. Yeah, and this was a lunchtime one too. So you guys have seen this. You'll probably see this every time till it's done. And I made some good progress on this one. Really starting to see the definition of the petals. And I will finish all the stitching and then go on to the beads. There's still a lot of stitching left. I did the lightest color, which doesn't really show well. It's up in here, around there. So I'm trying to do the bigger color blocks, but there's still quite a bit of stitching left.
It's almost a full coverage.
Before I start the bead. It is a full coverage. Yeah. You fill in every piece of the grid on this. So yeah, but I'm really happy with it. And it's easy stitching, especially after the one on the Paris one. This one is nice and easy stitching. I've been pulling this out a lot at lunch. Oh, okay. When I have time to stitch at lunch. And then my last one, my last whip, is Ghost Yard Goblins by the Nutmeg Needle. And this one I've been working on and off for a while. And I made some good progress, you guys. I'm kind of at an exciting spot. Ooh. This is on a mystery linen that I pulled out of my stash. I started and finished that big orange moon. I finished the tombstones, the fence, and I started the specialty stitching. So hopefully you can see that okay. Very exciting. That's the most fun part of it. I have to do all the back stitching around the branches and the tombstones. But I really am looking forward to the specialty stitches. So the first row is pulled eyelets. Let's see, there it is. That first row is pulled eyelets, and you do all the way across the top half, and then you come all the way back the bottom half. That's why they don't have the same color in every eyelet. Okay. And then the second row is half Rhodes stitch. And then the next row is a rice stitch variation. So yes, very happy with this.
And you still have several more rows to do.
I have 10. There's 10 rows of specialty stitching. Wow. So I've only done the first 2, and then I have to do the all the back stitching on it to give the tree all the definition and the tombstones and stuff. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm using called for colors. But I'm using the DMC threads. It had called for flower threads, which they don't make anymore.
Did it call for dinky dyes for the tree?
It calls for Threadworks for the tree, and then the first row is specialty stitches, and that's used further down as well. Okay. So yeah, so that one's fun. This one will come back out again soon. That's the whips, I think.
Okay, and then finishes.
Yes.
I have.
We have exciting berry news.
Yes, we do.
Show that first.
Okay.
I'll get mine out.
This is my snowman, and I don't know what I did with the pattern, but here he is. And you can see we had this discussion about using the same tie lot, and you can see where he was dirty in the beginning, and then he must have taken a bath. And so now he's got a clean bottom. So I've thought about maybe putting a dog in there and letting it pee so it'll be yellow, and then nobody will notice that the white don't match. The whites don't match. But
and what was he, a Bent Creek or a Trilogy?
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Okay.
He's around somewhere. And I have a little metal charm that goes on him too that I'll put on when I finish him. I was looking for a frame last week down at Fancy Works, but I didn't find anything.
And then we both finished our berries. These are fun to stitch.
We stitched them.
We finished. We did not FFO them.
They're not completed, but they
finished. Are fun to stitch. So you go first.
Okay, this is my, here we go. It's from Erica Michaels, and it's this one here, and it's called Winter. Yeah. And so here it is. And remember, I started it with the white, and it just didn't show up on this fabric. So I used the blue from Color and Cotton, and it's very pale. But when you see it, you can see it better than you guys can see it here. It needs a press, and then it needs a finish. But yeah, that was fun to do.
Yes.
That was fun to do, and I have.
And you finished it quickly.
Yeah, I have gone overboard and bought several berry patterns. So. I don't know about finishing them, but I certainly enjoy stitching them. Yeah.
And then maybe we'll send them to Helen D, and she can finish them for us.
She said if you can make quilts, you can finish a berry. And I was like, I don't know. We'll see.
And I'm doing Erica Michaels Stitch All the Things for my berry. And last time I think I had Titch or something.
Yeah,
and this time I have it all, and I love this.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So pretty. On, again, another mystery-ish fabric. I might know the count somewhere. With all the called for colors. I actually enjoyed the over one. It was not bad.
Oh, they're fun to do.
Yeah.
If it's also not the entire piece.
Yeah. So this is ready then to be finished. So now we just have to, I told somebody on Instagram, we just need to put on our big girl pants.
Yep.
And sit
We're
down
going to do it together.
Yes. Yes. So.
And then I think I showed you the last time I was working from Hands-On Design, and I don't have the pattern because it was passed on to another person in our stitch group. But I completed irony. So, whoops, wait a minute. Oh. So that's all done, and that's the called for colors, and that was on a 32 count linen, I think. So that's all finished. I love that, and get that.
32 count white.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's right there. White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White linen.
Yeah.
Just
so it's done. Like that was another. See, that was a quick finish in between some of the other things I'm working on.
And then I finished my Lizzie Kate Be Happy, Be Kind, Be Well piece. And this is on a 32 count Violet Mist linen. And I made tons of color changes to make it fit the person that I'm stitching it for, and just also to make it more fun. It looks kind of brown in there, but the Be and the Be Kind and Be Well are like a dark purple. And
you changed the colors because of the fabric you were using too.
Yes, I did.
That's one reason you changed them.
I can't remember what the Be Happy was supposed to be originally, but I started to stitch it and I was like, nope. And I found this blue is called Father's Day, and it is Weeks Dye Works. And I really like that one. So this design is available for free on Lizzie Kate's website. You can download it and stitch it on whatever you want with whatever colors you want.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that one. And the fill-in here didn't take as long as I anticipated it might. I got to the end of my 3-day rotation and I hardly had any left. So I'm like, we're going to give this one 4 days so I can finish it. So I did. Happy with that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. So that's our finishes. And I have a couple FFOs. Do you have FFOs?
No.
You had all of them last time.
No, I didn't get there.
Okay, so we did a little finishing one night, and I'll start with this one, which might not be fully finished. This is from a Just Cross Stitch magazine, 2016 or 2017. I meant to look it up and I forgot. There was one year we joined a Facebook group and they posted a challenge to stitch one every month, and I stitched one every month, and I finished 0 of them that year. So now I finished about half of them, I think. So this was one of the ones left to finish, and I just did it as a flat ornament with some Christmas fabric on the back and a green hanger. And I think I'm going to put some cording or something around the edges. Yeah. But it's close enough to a finish. I thought I would bring it in and show it. So I'm happy with that. I thought it was really heavy when I started, but it doesn't. You can feel it. It doesn't feel as heavy now. Oh yeah,
it's pretty lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess once the glue dried.
It needs a sturdy branch, but.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other one I finished
is
this piece. So this is Animal Friends by Tiny Modernist.
Look at that.
And this was a monthly series by Tiny Modernist, and you could do all 12 of them around, I think there was a center design. But I just saw this. August is my birthday month, and often in calendars and other places, August gets a bad rap because there's like no holiday, there's nothing special for August. But this one had camping and it had the little animals and I loved it. So I'm like, this is my August piece. And I finished it on one of the blocks from Michael's when everybody was going crazy buying those last year. I bought a couple. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to use them for. So I think this fits pretty well. And I sat right over there in a chair, 2 weeks ago one night. Yep. And it took me about 40 minutes to get that bow done. I was YouTubing how to tie a simple ribbon bow. I stink at bows, but I'm pretty happy
It turned out really, really well.
You should have seen the first try. I should have brought
heard the first try.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, so I'm happy with this, and that bow is just pinned into the top. Yeah, so this is just going to go like up on the mantle.
Yeah, it's cute.
Soon.
Cute.
Yeah, so that was nice to get a couple things finished, and I have a few others that are on the way as well.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go on to haul, and I have some happy mail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell about your happy mail?
Okay. Well, I'll start with my happy mail, and then we might have a special visitor to share her happy mail. So first of all, my friend Mel, this wasn't happy mail, this was happy, I'll hand it to you. She and I play games every couple weeks, and she came in a couple weeks ago and said, I had 2 of these. So she had told me when this one first came out, she said, don't buy it. I accidentally bought 2. I'm bringing you the other one. So she had brought that and also found the Lizzie Kate. So she handed those over to me. And yeah.
Let me see.
To me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I got a very nice note from Linda, who lives in Arkansas. And she sent me a poem, and I won't put it too close, but it's about being a Girl Scout leader. And when she watched our last episode, she said, I think you need to see this, and I'll let you read it. You might tear up like I did. Okay. It's just really nice about the role a leader plays in the life of her girls. And so thank you, Linda. That was very, very sweet. And then my last happy mail, Katie posted on one of our Facebook groups that she had a couple of patterns she was ready to pass on, and would anybody like them? And I kind of waited and let everybody take the ones they want. And then there was this one that was left, and I was like, I don't know if I'd really stitch that, but it's really pretty, and maybe I will. So I said, if nobody else wants it, I'll take it. So she mailed this to me. This is Ink Circles Cirque de Coeur. And this is, I mean, you guys know I did that other Ink Circles piece.
Yeah.
That turned out beautifully, and this one is so stunning. I think I'm gonna have to do it. I don't know if I'll do it on the black, but it's really sharp, pretty. And it calls for either DMC or hand dyed. Let's see. Oh, they used a DMC variegated.
Okay.
On a black even weave, so that I could probably do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was so pretty.
That's gonna be lovely.
That I was like, yes, thank you. I would love that pattern. So thank you, Katie, for sending that on. And then, do you want to pause here and bring on our special guest to share the other happy mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're back, and look who's here. The princess.
I'm here again.
Yes.
All right. So we said you had some happy mail and some things to share. So why don't you talk about your happy mail first, and then you can show what you have.
My what?
Your happy mail. The mail that came to you that made you happy. That's what we call it in the stitching world.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So, from the lovely Barb in New York, I received 5 diamond paintings from her and some new containers to put my colors in. And I want to say a huge thank you to her because because I completely ran out of projects. So
Not
I
now.
was
Not
needing
now.
some more, so I got 5 new diamond paintings from her. I have one of them to show you today. But I just want to say thank you so much. That was so nice of you to do. I definitely appreciate it, and I'm going to have so much to work on now, and I can't wait to finish them all and show you. But I have some finished projects here to show you too.
Do you want to show the case
Yes,
first?
okay.
Yeah.
So Barb had sent us an email and said that she had, I think, more diamond paintings than she could ever complete.
Yeah.
And would the princess be interested in some of them? And the princess said, yes, please. And so we got these great packages.
So I got new containers from her, and these are kind of similar. They're just square containers, and I really like them because they're able to
Open up and show
hold.
the little one
Yeah.
inside.
They're able to hold more beads, and
They're all labeled. You can
Yeah.
relabel them, right?
yes, I
Yes.
just put tape on and then put the
Yeah.
number on with Sharpie. That's how I label them.
And
But
how
I-
many are there? 2 deep in there.
There are
12.
24.
24.
Yeah, there are
24,
24,
yeah.
and I have 2 boxes.
Oh, that's funny. And this is 310,
yeah.
which is black.
Yeah.
This is 208, which is purple. So they're like the same numbers
Yeah.
as
Yes,
DMC.
they use
Yeah.
DMC.
Oh,
yeah, and you'll
okay.
see
Oh,
that
that's
on one of them. They
funny.
use the same
Oh,
colors
same
for
colors.
DMC.
Cool.
So yeah, these have been really helpful because they're bigger and they're easier to hold together.
Wow.
And I don't spill diamonds all
All
over the place,
bedroom.
which always happens, and I always find myself cursing myself. But yeah, those,
Yelling at yourself.
yeah, mhm,
She
yeah.
doesn't curse.
No.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Those containers are great to use. They've been really helpful, so I'm really glad I have them now. But I do have some finished projects to show you. So the first one is one that I have been showing.
It's gorgeous.
The Brooklyn Bridge
Hold it up,
is
yeah.
all the way done now. I finished it in May.
You should write the date on the back
Yeah, I
with a
probably
Sharpie or
should.
something so that you
Yeah.
I
know.
finished it in May, I think.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
gorgeous.
great.
Mhm.
It's so
And
pretty.
somebody told me or commented that a good way to frame them was to buy stretcher bars, which you use
Oh,
for
yeah.
needlepoint, and then you just pull them
Pull 'em
around the back, pin them in, and,
Oh,
and
that's-
it's an
yeah.
inexpensive
Inexpensive,
way
yeah.
to finish them.
And we know where you can get stretcher bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my next project was a gift from my lovely, lovely theater teacher. She loves Friends, and she knows I love Friends, so she got this for
I'm
me.
gonna hold this up close and
Um,
show all the sparkling.
This one was the whitest one I have done.
Yeah.
But it was a new kind, and one of the colors.
And all the black part is no.
yes,
is no
this is not
diamonds.
No.
sticky.
Yeah.
The
Just the-
central perk and the cups are. One thing that interests me is that one of the colors has actual sparkles on it, like instead of like these don't have anything on them, but these right
oh,
here,
they're
yeah,
iridescent.
Yeah.
they're iridescent.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
that was
Oh, it makes them real steamy.
that
yeah.
was very
Yeah.
interesting
How cool
to
is
work
that?
with. One of the challenges I did face with these is that sometimes the film would come off and get stuck to my wax and my tool. So what I learned from that is to be very gentle picking them up. Instead of pressing down hard to pick them up, I just pressed down as lightly
And
as I
touch.
could. Yeah, and sometimes I would use tweezers to help me.
And that one has cat hair in it.
Yeah.
You must
Yes,
have
it
had
does.
our resident helper was there
Mhm.
for that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
then
endless.
so this one right now is one of the ones from Barb, and it is actually humongous.
Almost as tall as you.
Yes,
Yes.
it's about 2/3 my height. That's how big it is. This is how much I have rolled up. This isn't even half of the.
Oh, it's a quarter at the
yeah.
most, or an eighth.
Yeah.
So I started it last Tuesday, I think.
Barb, she's made good use of the gifts.
I started it last Tuesday, and this is the amount I have done right now.
And it helps when you have COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And show them the clips you got too.
Oh yes, I got some clips from her, and that just helps keep them rolled up.
That's
so
great.
that when I'm working on it at my desk, it's not hanging down on the floor.
Yeah.
That's super.
There are a lot of colors. There's 43 colors too.
Wow.
And you can see right here it says DMC. So yeah.
Oh,
it
and show the
matches.
little picture in the
Yeah.
corner of what it's going to look
Yes.
like at the end.
That's the full thing right there.
And what's the name of this one? Do we know the name?
I do know the name, but I don't have it with me right now. I think it's on the box. I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, I have one more this size,
Wow.
and then two more that are a bit smaller. And so this one is circular diamond. A couple of them are square. So
Great.
there will definitely be updates provided on those because these are the biggest projects I've ever done.
But the worst part is that she starts school on August 2nd. So that will cut into her diamond painting time.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes. And the day she finished, whatever was the last one before these arrived, she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do all day. I said, you could pull out that stitching that you showed them the first time you came. And she was like, yeah, I don't think so. So she occupied herself with something.
I think I had rehearsal that day.
Oh, yeah. So
So
very good. Well, thanks for coming back and giving us an update. And we'll look forward to maybe inserting a picture when you finish that and we can show it next to you to show how tall it is.
Yeah.
Great.
okay, we'll be right back. And we're back again. But
Yes.
we're just the two of us.
And now we have a pile of haul because we've been shopping.
Do we have haul? Oh my goodness. We just kind of, we went off the
Sometimes you
deep
just
end.
go off
Yeah.
the deep end. Yeah.
Last time I don't think I had
Yeah.
anything. Well, let me
Scoot
tell
back over
you.
this
I made
way.
it.
You're falling off the edge.
Oh, okay. There.
Okay.
Now
good.
we're nice and
now
close. Now
you're
we're close.
Here.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Coloring Cotton has thread clubs, and I get their emails, so you know where this is going. And they had an opening in there, bright and variegated, and I thought, why not? I like Coloring Cotton, but I really don't have a source for it, and it's only 3 skeins a month. And so I signed up, and this is the July 22nd, and it's Bohemian, oh Lord, thought I could read them.
So you get 3 colors by mail.
Bohemian, Red Poppy, and Dulces Azules. So those are the 3 that came this month. And they're so pretty.
They're pretty.
And I have a few other Coloring Cotton. I have that one I used for my berry and stuff. And then when we went down to Fancy Works,
Yes.
I did the irony. Well, this is the second. There are 3 sections, and this is the second one.
Loads of fun.
And loads of fun. So I got that. So that won't take me too long. They go very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's that one. And then she had all the hands-on design was on sale, 30% off.
30% off.
And so
How can you pass that up?
yeah, so whatever. So then I got Bottle Brush
So you're going to
Farm
see a lot of hands-on design.
because you know who went crazy again, and I love that. And I bought some fabric, but I don't know if I'm going to use it for this. And then she also had then this is Heart and Hand. It was not on sale, but I just like it, and it's small, and I'm into patriotic stuff.
Yeah.
And now that I have my little basket, I could make those. So that's something.
I think that's from Persnickety. Yeah, that has a
yeah.
Persnickety price.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I got it for Snickety. Okay, and then these, yeah. And then she again 30% off, and this is the hands-on design Snow Much Fun, and you know how I like snow stuff. But the great part was that it had the Coloring Cotton color pack with it, and that was on sale too.
Yeah.
So what better way to stock up on Coloring Cotton than to go down that rabbit hole? And then I also like Patriotic, and guess what? So here's the Patriotic Language of Liberty, and it came with the color pack. So now I have lots of Coloring Cotton.
Yes.
All right, so that's that.
Let me show my stuff from Fancy
Wait,
Works.
there's one. Oh, no, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So I also enjoyed the hands-on design sale, not nearly as much as Mom, but I got one of the, what are these called? Block parties, 31st, the fall one. I really like those. And it comes with, this is pattern, it comes with the wool for the top.
Yeah.
So I look forward to doing that.
And I looked at those, but I was good.
Well, kind of good. And then this was in the sale pattern. I have never seen this designer, T.A. Smith Designs, and it's called My Forest. I hadn't seen this design, but I thought it was
Cute.
so pretty, and it would be lovely with one of these variegated threads.
Yes.
Yeah,
That would
so
be perfect.
I don't, maybe they used variegated in the model, but I really like that one. I think it's very pretty.
She doesn't give you.
I'm sure it's in there, yeah. And then I got a couple of packs of bobbins. I still bobbinate, and so I had run out of bobbins, so I got some of those. And then I got some fabric. The piece I showed you earlier that I'm stitching
The
my
mystery
new
piece.
mystery piece on. And then I got this is a 25 count waterfall.
Ooh,
and I'm
that's
sure
pretty.
the camera won't show it as well. Oh no, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's a
pretty.
lovely variegated light blue. I have no idea what it's for, but it was so pretty. I had to add it to my stash. Okay, so that was all my Fancy Works haul.
Okay. Then they recently showed these before market, and I didn't realize that Vicki had ordered an extra one. But this is the round red sampler, and it goes with this little red bowl. And it's a tiny little bowl.
It's little.
The box is bigger than the bowl. So there's the bowl. It's little tiny.
Of course, the box is bigger than the bowl.
I know,
otherwise
but
the bowl wouldn't fit in the box.
But it's deep. It's deep. Don't listen to her. It's deep. So anyway, it's a tiny little bowl, and that will go on top of it. And so then down at Fancy Works, I did find cherry cobbler, which is the color that will go with the pattern. Yeah. So, and I'm sure I have some other fabric. So that was from work, except for the cherry cobbler. And then Jennifer was in doing remnants, which when we have odd pieces left or the end of a piece, we cut it up and put it on sale. So I got some sand linen, 28 count. I got some ivory jobelin. I just went through the thing and I kind of fell off the deep end. Yeah. I got 28 count cashel linen, raw natural.
And they're all 20% off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got an antique white cashel linen.
Yeah.
And then I got just a 28 count white linen.
That's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
As cashel.
And then I got 28 count black. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then this is the piece I bought at Fancy Works to go with the trees. This is called guacamole, and it's a 20 count. I don't know, it's not
so it'll
showing
be
up real well.
Bigger pillow.
So I don't know that I'm going to do it on this because somebody looked at it and said, "Oh, that's a great Halloween fabric." I thought, "Oh, damn!"
But it's a great Christmas fabric too.
Yeah. So that could be that. And then, do you have more? Do you want me to go next?
Yeah, I have a couple more things. So I also, she said I was doing the remnanting, and then I also shopped from the remnant bins. So I got this 30 count legacy linen in soft willow.
I love that.
It's just a pretty piece. It's real soft green. And then this wasn't on sale, but this is Picture This Plus 28 count relic. And this, there was just a nice piece. It's 7 by 13, so it'll be nice for a, kind of a longer piece. Yeah. And I just love the modeling and the color on that one. So I just cut the end off for myself. And then I did order one thing in the mail. So I told you guys last month my challenge to myself is to get 3 of my quilt UFOs done and make progress on 2 others. And I have several of the curved piecing quilts that, I don't know, I'm scared to quilt or something because they're curved and I want to follow the curves. And So Kind of Wonderful, who's the company that makes the curved ruler, also makes a quilting ruler.
Oh, wow.
That has the curves. So it's 2 pieces so you can follow the inside and outside of the curves. And I've watched this for ages. And on the 4th of July, they put it on sale 30% off. So I jumped on it and bought it, and that arrived a couple days ago. So
great.
Now I have to, again, put on my big girl pants and try to quilt with it.
And then at our stitch group, our friend Beth was given a lot of cross stitch stuff from a lady who passed away, and so she went through what she wanted and everything, and then she brought it in for us. And so this I just thought was cute. It's called Treats, and it's a trilogy, and it's complete. It's got all the floss and the fabric and everything else. And so I thought that's really cute. Okay, so I took that, and then in here is the this Bent Creek one. Did I just close it up? It's a Bent Creek pattern, and it's called Special Release. I don't know, but it's a little tiny
Cabin in the Globe.
Oh, Cabin in the Globe. Okay, and so it came with
also
all the fabric and the.
I feel like
everything.
you have that one, or did you stitch something?
I have something
you have
close
one
to
really similar to that.
Yeah, something close to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I took that, and then there was some fabric, and this is just unknown, but it's. Can you see it? I don't think you can see it. It's
Yeah.
So I just took it because it was kind of neat. It's hard to see it sparkle. Yeah. It really sparkles.
Yeah, that's a good.
And then I actually may have this pattern now that I look at it. But this
Oh,
was,
I've stitched that one.
yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But this came as a kit, and it's 32 count desert sand linen, and then it came with the pattern. Oh yeah, take that off. And it came with all the floss, which is Gentle Arts and sampler threads. So it came with all the things to do it, and so you know, it was free.
Yeah, I've stitched
That was
this
a gift.
one.
Yeah. And then I guess,
one.
does it have a little heart on it because it even has a little red heart button?
After
Yeah.
your name,
Yep.
you put the little heart.
The red heart button is there. So yeah. So that was my freebie stuff, which kind of made up for all the money that I spent on the other stuff. And then, are we doing quilting haul yet?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't have
then
quilting haul. Well, the ruler.
Pam and Kathy and I sewed on Thursday, and
Sewed.
and
/ shopped.
and then we went out to lunch, and Kathy had said, "Do we need to go over to Ovation?" And I said, "Do you need to go to Ovation?" She said, "No, but we could." I said, "You need to see it because he just redid the floor." This was great. It was just a concrete floor, and he put down carpet tiles, red and black, but he didn't put them down just red and black. He made patterns out of them.
Quilts,
Quilt
quilt
patterns,
blocks.
quilt
Yeah,
blocks. It
it's
was
really
great.
neat.
And he's got a wonderful selection of fabrics. So as I was there, I looked up, and he had this pattern done
Oh, that's pretty.
on the wall, and it was stunning. Okay, it was so stunning. And then he just happened to have the fabric pack for it. Stunning. Okay, so guess who fell down that rabbit hole? As did Pam.
All right. Well, you guys can make them together.
So,
at
yeah, we'll do them at
this
retreat.
fall.
So I'm done. At least for today. Because I did get you to cut some fabric yesterday, and I forgot to
And
bring
you
it home.
forgot to bring it home. Yeah.
So I do have some white fabric coming, but that's for the irony pattern. The other two
laundry
hands,
room.
the laundry room
Yeah.
patterns. So
Yeah.
that's not really. There's a plan for that. It's not.
It doesn't count as a purchase. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, it doesn't count as a.
Because you're actually going to use it.
It doesn't count as. I don't know why I'm buying this. Okay, it counts as I have a reason to buy this, even though I have a smart-ass daughter sitting next to me laughing at me. Okay,
All right. On to
I'm
quilting.
done. Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can. Oh no. Oh, all right. Go ahead.
But
Then
that's
I'll do it.
quilting
Yeah.
related.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So then on to quilting. On my week off work, I was very productive. I made good progress on my goal of finishing 3. The irony is the one I showed you last time still isn't done. The one that I started to work on first isn't done. But I quilted my pumpkin stack wall hanging. So my 3 pumpkins. I think last time it was a finished top. I quilted it with some lovely orange, yellow, white variegated thread. It's a signature thread. I put my hanging sleeve on the back of it.
It's all bound.
And it's bound, and in a gold pen, I just put my initials in the year. So that
Whoa,
is done.
done.
Yay.
Wow.
1 UFO done. And then I pulled this one off the wall, which has been on my wall for 4 years, maybe. And this pattern is called Mini Lotus by Jaybird Quilts. And I made this just with a bunch of fat quarters. And I all along thought I wanted to do kind of specialty quilting on it. And let's see, I'll get it up close so you can see kind of, it's variegated thread. But I basically made it like a flower. So there's like petals in the flower. Maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's done. It's quilted, and I got that one bound.
Oh, I see it. Oh, yeah,
And,
it's pretty. Oh, that was a good quilt.
And then I had this fabric, which was perfect for the back. I have found the busier the batik, the less likely I am to use it.
Oh, yeah.
So something like this is perfect for back.
Yeah.
And so number 2 is done. And then I found a new UFO, and this one is from the Row by Row. That's done by the quilt shops in the summer. I don't know if they're still doing it. They started it
I don't think so.
5 or 6 or 7 years ago. And I bought this on the way to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. I can't even remember what quilt shop. And it was just the center part here. So Mom and I went out last week to the quilt shop
this
and
part, right?
found it's the whole center.
Yeah, okay.
And so we found this gray to stop it, and then this orange, and now it's like a full table runner size. And this one, I was in a very orange mood. So there's a close-up of the fabrics, and I just quilted this one with big loops in a light blue thread, and it worked out.
Show them the back. The back
great.
is pretty fabric.
And then this was some fun fabric I had in my stash. I found it. I was like, oh, those colors go really well with the front. And that one is all bound and done too. So on my challenge to make progress, to finish 3 and make progress on 2, I've actually done 4 of them because the other one that I haven't finished yet, I did make progress. I quilted it. I've made the binding. I just need to attach the binding.
Great.
So I might even exceed my goal.
Wow.
So very exciting quilting week for me.
And then this week I made some project bags, and I got this fabric we got when we were in Ohio last year before I had my surgery. And that's
And you have a little
a little charm.
And
then this I got over at Ovation. That's a K facet fabric, and that's the binding in the back and the binding are too. Yeah. And this one I got at the store that sells fireplaces and quilting fabric, and they have a lot of flannels. That's in Ohio, and so I got that one finished. And I have a few more cut out that I will finish, and then they will go down to Fancy Works,
where she sells them.
She sells them. So so
very good.
We've both been pretty productive. It's kind of scary.
I know.
Oh, and I have 3, 6, 9, 12. I have 15 of those blocks done now. I finished, I think, another 4 at work day last week.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's coming
we've been
along.
busy beavers.
Yes, we have.
Yes,
we have.
Very good. All right. I think that's everything we have to show them. Anything else? What are your plans over the next few weeks?
Just keep trucking along. I look around here sometimes and I think somebody needs to come in and straighten up this room. So maybe I'll drag her up here one day.
And then I do it and she says, she put this away. She made me get rid of that.
But then, sometimes I can't always find everything.
Yeah.
But I still, I was working on project bags, so I pulled out the bag that has all my zippers and fat quarters and everything. And so now my cutting table doesn't look nice at all.
It's like an explosion.
Yeah, it is.
Explosion of zippers.
Yeah. So maybe I'll work on that. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep trying to get the project bags done and get them down to Diana. And then I actually pulled out my sweater. And I talked to a lady who came in the shop, and she was giving me some suggestions and everything. And I hadn't looked at it in a while. And I pulled it out, and it turns out I skipped an entire line of instruction. And I think if I do that, I might actually be able to finish it.
It might work?
Yes. So
and did you skip it way back so you're going to have to take them out?
No. Where I said I didn't know how to join them. And,
that's the one you missed?
No, I for some reason I didn't read it. So I haven't had time to work on it yet, but I pulled it out the other night and I thought, it's been in timeout a long time. I'm sure it's lonely. And so I pulled it out and I was like, oh, you idiot. So hopefully I will get to work on that. And my socks, on my red sock, I've almost finished with the heel. There's nothing to really show you because half a heel is like nothing. And so I've been working on that. I took it with me to the baseball game yesterday because he spent most of his time out in the field picking grass. And so there wasn't a lot to watch. And so I got a good bit done there. So I hope to get that sock, and then I'll have 2 of them done, a pair, by the time we see you again.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Great. Yeah. I think the next 3 weeks, we won't have had our retreat yet. That'll be after the next time we film.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be getting ready.
We'll be getting ready for retreat and finishing up the summer. School starts on August 2nd here.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is very soon. 2 weeks away. So I have to find pants for my son. He went through his dresser. I made him go through his dresser last week, and
he has room now.
He has 0 pants that fit. He's growing too fast. I made him keep 1 pair of jeans. I'm like, they're not that short. And then if you at least have 1 pair. So
wear them on your hips.
Anybody who knows where I can get pants for a skinny, tall kid, like tall.
He's 6'2".
He's 6'2", and he's
15.
And he's like, he needs like a 30, 36, or maybe a 38. I don't know where you find those. So if anybody has tips, let me know. I have shopped at Old Navy, but their best is 30, 34, which he has grown out of.
You may have to add some lace down at the bottom.
Yeah, gosh. But luckily, it's summer. He's in shorts every day. They're still good. Yeah, and we just senior year for the princess. So we got the email the other day of here's all the things that happen in the next year. So it's exciting. We're doing some virtual college visits because we're not going back out to the Northeast. So I told her sign up and we'll do the virtual visits to narrow down the list of what schools she's going to apply to. And once the school year starts, it's going to go really fast.
Yeah.
So
and the other good news we have, it's raining. It's raining. It has not rained here in a month.
Except for one day.
And that was
last
barely.
week.
That was like 1/10 of an inch. And so everything was brown yesterday. And I'm looking out the window and they're greening up. It's amazing how you just give it a little bit of water and the lawn just comes right back. So that's really, for us, it's exciting because we have not had rain and it's been so dry. Everything is just,
and the farmers need it.
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
So,
Alrighty. Well, thanks so much for spending time with us.
And what's their question?
Oh, before we leave, we have our question for you. You want to tell them today's question?
Yes. And our question is, who taught you to stitch? Are you self-taught? Did you learn off a video? YouTube? Did you take lessons in a shop? Or did you have a good friend who taught you to stitch?
Or a family member? Yeah.
How did you learn?
Yes.
We'd love to know.
Yes.
So,
great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We hope you have a great couple of weeks. We should be back in 3 weeks and look forward to seeing you then.
And thank you for coming back if you're returning, and thank you for coming and visiting with us if you're new. We hope you stick around. We hope you hit the like button and subscribe. And you can follow Jen on Instagram at Jen Quilter, and I am at Grand Stitches. And if you have any questions or anything, our information is in the information box below. You can write to us at twotallstitchers@gmail.com.
Or leave us a comment.
Or leave. We'd love to, and we love your comments. We love your comments. And the next time we're going to have a really neat surprise.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
guess we are.
So have a good 3 weeks, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.